Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Hi, guys. My name is Christine and I'm live from Gloucester. And today we will be looking at a new question. Today's question is, how do you handle an objection? So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So let's start off with Ananya. Ananya, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your day, and then move on to today's question and also give us maybe an example from your daily life of how you've handled an objection, and how do you think it was successful the way you've handled it, and maybe what could you have done differently?
Okay. Hi, Christine. Hi, everyone. My name is Ananya, and I'm currently pursuing my post graduation and MBA from ICFI Business School, Hyderabad. And my day was very normal, very basic because classes were going on, and now we do not have any exams, but assignments are lined up, as I already mentioned yesterday. And days are being hectic because there are so many assignments I have to complete, and it comes all together. And yeah, and that was pretty much. I just returned from my college, and this is how it is. Yeah,
Okay.
and about the today's question is how I have, how one should handle objection, or how I can handle an objection. Basically, objection, according to me, is somebody is not agreeing to your point, whatever you have made, or somebody is reluctant to, maybe you're right, but that person is not understanding the thing which you are trying to explain. I think that's when there is the misbalance of agreement, and that's when objection comes. According to me, I think objection is everywhere. Nobody agrees nowadays to anyone. If there is a valid point, even somebody who doesn't like that thing, because it contradicts, it changes from people to people, so person to person. I think somebody agrees to your point, that is very good, that is really nice. But somebody who doesn't agree to your point, whatever you have said, I think that is also a good thing, because you learn what the other person has in his mind or her mind, what they have, the different perspective of that person, you get to know. I haven't personally seen any objection in my life. I haven't seen someone, personally saying me no, that you're wrong. Or maybe I haven't come to that situation where I could really explain that how I have handled it. But if in case in future, because I am a business student, there will be so many things in my near future where I will, I'll face so many objections. So I have inculcated that in mind, that whenever somebody objects to me, I'll try to learn what the other person has in his mind. I'll try to understand. I'll try to empathize with that person, because obviously they are objecting because they have some other perspective towards the goal. I think that would help me to understand that matter better, and that would
Mhm.
really help me to at least tell my opinions to that person, and also receive the opinions from them. And the best one could obviously get to the solution and get to the goal. So personally, I haven't seen any faced any objections yet, so I wouldn't be really able to explain my side, my point of view on this topic.
Okay.
Yes, Christine.
And if you do face an objection, how do you think is the best way to handle it?
I think people really like it when you listen to them. So I think listening is the most artistic thing which every person has to understand, and listening to the other person views, even if it's not correct, even if it's not going along with the idea which you have presented, then it's fine. You can just explain them very kindly, very properly, that the objective is to be productive. Whatever you are doing, the single objective is to be productive. I think if you're listening to them, if you're trying to explain your point of view, that your perspective is going to be productive more than what he or she has explained, then I think listening would really help in identifying that this is going to be the right solution for whatever source
Mhm.
you are looking for.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Ananya.
Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go on to Sushitra. Sushitra, can you please introduce yourself, tell us a bit about your day, and then move on to today's question, and also give us a personal experience and how you've handled it, and if you could handle it better, or did you handle it at its best?
All right. Yes, Christian. So, hi people. Hi everyone. My name is Suchitra. Sorry, I'm from South India. So I'm studying MBA from ECFI Business School. Currently, my day has been pretty much hectic day because we had five to six classes today, which goes around which each class goes around for 1 hour 15 minutes. So it's kind of hectic day. I'm waiting for the dinner to just get off and I could take relax for some time. So yeah. Coming to the question, Kristen. I want to ask if it's the objection in the sales point of view, or yeah, because in real life, people may have come across the objections, but I don't think such objections would play a role in real life because opinions differ a lot. Because, yeah. So I wanted to ask, is it from the sales perspective or is just the normal day objection?
From a normal day objection, I'm very much thinking from a normal life objection. However, if you feel like you want to take it to a sales perspective, if you have any objections there, I'm very welcome for you to also share that.
All right, all right. Objections had played a big role in my life actually. So I am a kind of a person who has a very different approach to look forward for the life. I don't know, maybe it's because of my education, because of the environment I've grown up in. So I always put my opinion out. People mostly tend to objectify my, yeah, I've throughout over the time I have uh, really respected their opinions, objections, where they have objected me. And how I deal with it is, I ask them how they would do this certain task or certain thing, or view this certain whatever the scenario is.
Mhm.
So equally, I'll respect their opinion. I will consider it because I'm a people person. I would like to know everyone's perspective because I want to make myself open a bit. So yes, so probing and respecting them would had helped me in my past life by accepting or rejecting a objection. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, and if since you mentioned sales, have you ever had any of that experience? So have you ever tried to sell something and
No, I haven't sold anything, but
sold anything? Mm-hmm.
I often get calls from the people who tend to sell credit cards, tend to sell some kind of a product or service. So they would just go on asking me whether you are interested or not. I'll just put my opinion that I'm not interested. Some people reject my call, but some won't. They probe, they question me why, what am I looking forward for, and what changes I would like to prefer in a certain kind of product. So I was asking about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Suchitra.
you're welcome, Kristen.
Okay, next we have Aksha. Aksha, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your day?
Good evening, Christine.
Good
So,
evening.
myself, Aksha, I'm currently pursuing my MBA from ECFI Business School, Hyderabad. And today was a normal day. I had classes, and I had a long video call to my mom and my sister. So she is going tomorrow. Like she got a promotion and she is shifting to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
So,
She's moving to Dubai. Oh, wow.
yeah. So all like family get together is happening in my home. So we just called, and yeah, she will be not there for Christmas in home. So they are cutting cake and celebrating today.
Oh,
So,
that's lovely.
yeah,
So it's an early
so
Christmas for you all.
yeah, early Christmas for us. So
Okay.
that's about the day. And just after this class, I will again call to my mom. Uh, so yeah, that's about the
Okay.
day.
And
Mm.
can you tell me how do you handle an objection? And have you ever had to handle an objection? And if you can share that with us, that experience, do you feel you've handled it well? Do you think you can do a better job? You could have done a better job. So all those questions, basically.
Yeah, basically in face to face, I never handled an objection, but yeah, at COVID times, I used to do an internship, like marketing. It was marketing and sales. It was actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that time I had to call people and convince them, and that time, yeah, really objection comes from the opposite side. And it is like virtually, actually we never met, or we don't have a face to face interaction, so we don't know in what, like what is their mood currently. If we are in a face to face manner, from their body language we can figure it out, what is their body language and things. But in call, I used to listen to them, and sometimes address, like it was an habit afterwards, like after a week, I we used to understand what is the objection will come forward. So I sometimes I address that objection in a positive way to them, like backing with a question. So it also helped me a lot at that time. And
Mm-hmm.
listening is the, as Ananya said, listening is the good skill to handle them at that time. Listen, show some empathy, as in we don't know, or like just show some empathy to them, and listen to their objections and queries, and just address them before they address the objection. So it will help, I think so, like it helped me, so I think so it will help.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So, Ananya and Suchitra and Aksha, do you have any questions about what each of you has said? Do you have any comments to pass? Since we've finished with the first three students, so for what you've heard at this point, do you have anything you'd like to comment about?
No, Christine, I think it's pretty clear that, many people have faced that thing, objection in their life, and many haven't. So, if, as you asked, as Suchitra asked, that should we narrate you something very personal to us, or should we just go directly to something which is very professional? And I just mentioned, personally, I haven't faced any objection yet, but yes, I will share at the end that professionally I have faced some objections, which I could just share after other people are done, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you very much, Ananya.
Thank you.
I'll come back to you at the end. Okay, so let's move on to Rashri Keshri. So Rashri Keshri, can you please introduce yourself, tell us a bit about your day, and then move on to today's questions.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Rajshri from Bihar. I'm working under the NCW, as you know, and today my day is normal, but it was pressurized for me due to some tensions because I was facing some problems from my office due to my clients actually. So the policing was not working for them. That's why they are facing problems. And after not the policing work from for her, so they passes to NCW, means a special cell for women. That's why the problem was created for me. So you that's all. Okay, now for the our topic, it was I am doing work in NCW, so women for the health na. So I know the problems uh, in professional life, actually in professional life. So uh, 2 years before, not two, it was I think last year, yeah, 2021 actually.
Okay.
So one lady, uh, her case was under police, but they are not working properly. I don't know the fault of the family, means marital family or in-laws family, I don't know. But the problem was arise with lady. So she involved the media person for the justice, and she came, and she went for the police and everything, and the police commissioner, police officer, the IPS officer was the lady in our city, means in Bhagalpur. Okay. So she is facing so many problems and everything. Okay, that is a other side. She came with police in our office. Oh, sorry, she came with media person with in our office. So it was totally shocking for me, the objection in my work. Okay, the objection is here in my work, because we are not involving any type of media and another person for working with us. Okay, so it was totally critical for me, and I was so many I faces so many problems with lady and the media person, because they have camera and everything, they recorded everything. That time I was very in problem. So I faced suffocated, actually suffocation. That time I was facing suffocation, because the media, whatever you tell, the media and everyone, they will spread everywhere, and the image was your image was the very worst in front of everyone. So I have to handle everything in front of media, in front of whole city, in front of police officers and everyone, because they present I present my office, represent my office in front of everyone. So I have to save my image, my office image and everything, because that time the program manager was not available in the city. That's why I was very scared, very much scared. So I objected the media person for not involving in my case, because it is my case. I will handle my case. I will do the work for lady. I will give justice and everything from the court, from the police, not from the media and everything. So that time I do all the objections with media for my problems, sorry, for clients problem actually. So yeah, that time.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rashri Kashri. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
That's all. Thank you.
so you took obviously you took the objections and dealt with them, dealt with the media yourself.
Yeah.
And how did you, what methods did you use to deal with the media, to deal with that objection? How did you go about it? What techniques did you use?
Yeah, the techniques was the calmly and patiently talk with them, convincing them for the my work, what I am doing, confidentiality and everything, what I do with the women and every client, though who came in my office. I respect of every woman, every person, though who are work with us, and every colleagues and everyone. So that's why the counseling process was the I use for them. The monitoring process after the filing of the case, I use the monitoring for her case. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Rashri. We'll move on to Rushan. Rushan, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about your day, and then move on to today's question, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Rushan. I'm from Kolkata and currently pursuing MBA from ICFI Business School. My day was pretty good. Tomorrow I'm leaving for home, so today was a blur for me. And talking about objections, see, I do not follow these things. I know I should, but the way of handling objection, according to me, is listening it carefully first, trying to understand what the other person is saying, talking it out, and finding relevance in the point of other person's objection. Like if the person is really objecting to your point or objecting for the namesake of objection, that's all. The last time, I can't recall when was the last time I was objected. Oh, today only. We had a group discussion and somebody objected my point, but I did not handle it that well because people were basically debating. So we were fighting to put our points, and that was just a group discussion. But in other parts or informal situations, I usually try to talk to people and understand their point of view. And if I agree to their point only if we come to a common ground and I find it valid. Like I don't usually agree to other people's objection.
Okay. And how do you feel? How do you feel you should have you could have handled it better that time? Could you have handled it better at all, or?
I need to learn how to handle it better. I need to work on that part of myself.
Okay, and how do you think you could handle it better?
uh, Giving them a chance. Sometimes I get adamant about things that I want to do, and I take it quite personally when people don't agree. That I know that is not a good thing about myself, but I need to change that, and I'm quite working on it.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Roshan.
You're welcome, Christine.
Okay, next we have Sangram. Hi, Sangram. Hello, Sangram. I don't think Sangram's hearing us at the moment. Okay. Do I have Arush here? Arush? No, Arush is not here. Okay, so Ananya, you wanted to share something with us. So what would you, which experience would you like to share?
Yes, so as mentioned earlier, Christine, if you remember that I am also a part-time intern in a software company. I work for them. It's called InnovenSoft. It's a startup. So basically, it works as a channel between B2B marketers so that we provide them solutions and we provide them a better platform where they can just introduce new products and sell it in B2B market. So there are many clients. There are big CMOs, CEOs we have to deal with, and definitely we are interns, so we do not directly deal with them, but our senior interns do. So sometimes we have to sit with them in the meet. It's completely online, so we have to sit with them online, and we have to just observe what they are doing, how they are talking, and how they're managing the things. So there are certain times that my senior has asked me to just communicate with them and how explain what our work is. So when we used to do it, so they come up with so many objections in the sense positive objections, basically because they are spending so much of money on our company. So obviously they are going to be they need to know what exactly we are working on and how these things are going to benefit their company. So there are certain objections they come up with our competitors names, and they tell us that this kind of service they also provide us, so why do we have to come to you? We can directly go to them and we can do our work. So that time sometimes we feel like, oh God, this is unanswerable. We can't answer this because obviously they're correct. Some same kind of advantage some other company is giving them. So why would they prefer us? Then solution comes to our mind that we have to cut the cost. We have to see how the competitor cost is, how we have to do our marketing. So this is how it goes, and how we convince them that our services cheaper, and how successful story, how many successful leads we have generated, how we have just made their business successful, how we have created a channel between their company to other companies. So that objection comes as a positive remark that we learn to communicate, we learn to produce some very instant answers, even if you don't know it. Sometime couple of times you don't know the answer, but later on you just analyze it, that how we work, and you put it there. So I think professional level, every day there is some objection or other. So we got to handle it very instantly and very spontaneously. And that happens when we really listen to the customer, we really listen to what they want, what are their needs, and how they want us to work for them. So this is how our company works for it. So this was the professional level of objections we usually get, I usually get. So I just wanted to share it with you.
Excellent, very good. Thank you very much, Ananya.
Thank you.
Okay, Sangram, have you made it into a network area? Sangram?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Sangram. So introduce yourself and you can move on to today's question, okay?
Myself Sangram, working as an HR recruiter. Uh, my day was a normal day for me. I went to the office, did my work, and returning back home from office.
Okay, and can you move on to today's question? So how do you handle an objection?
As an HR, I can say it many a times a candidate object regarding the CTC, or they ask about the we can say if there is any kind of brand or anything related to, because it's a technological field. So for some areas we have bond and some area we don't have. So they object like why in this department there is no bond and why there is no. So we need to explain them like calmly that because of this is the reason you have this bond and they don't have that. So explaining take times to them. Like we need to explain them small points in the bond so they understand it, because sales department in our organization have bonds but not the HR team. So the sales person have all the data regarding the machines and designs and everything that they market. So that's why.
Okay, very good.
So they can't share like that confidential data with anyone. So that's the thing. So that time objection come. Like any of the candidate come for sales, so they ask why you have kept the bond. Others company don't have that, but we do have, like it's a technological based product, so sometimes it requires that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sangram.
Thank you,
Does
ma'am.
anyone have any final comments before we finish the class? Okay, so guys, thank you very much for joining today. Today we have discussed how to handle an objection, and you all gave your thoughts about it. Even if you didn't have a particular experience, although most of you did find an experience where you've had to handle an objection, you knew that what to do. Or you had an idea of what to do if you did ever encounter an objection. And Sujitra mentioned objections, personal objections and sales objections. And in a way, we would deal with them in a similar way, in the sense that we have to deal with these objections calmly and logically. Although obviously there'll be some different techniques when it comes to sales. However, you've all given your experience and your take on this question. So thank you very much for sharing. I hope you have a good evening, those of you who are celebrating Christmas early especially. Hope you have a fantastic celebration, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Christine.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye.